Enjoy it anyhow.
वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम् अर्जुन उवाच एवं सततयुक्ताये भक्तास्त्वां प्रयुपासते ये चाप्यक्षरमव्यक्तं तेषां के योगवित्तमः श्रीभगवानुवाच मय्यावेश्य मनो ये मां नित्ययुक्ता उपासते श्रद्धया पर्युपेतास् ते मे युक्ततमा मतः ये त्वक्षरमनिर्देश्य माव्यक्तं पर्युपासते सर्वत्र गमचिन्त्यं च कूटस्थमचलं ध्रुवम् सन्नियम्येन्द्रियाग्रामं सर्वत्र समबुद्धियाः ते प्राप्नुवन्ति मामेव सर्वभूतहिते रतः प्रेष्योऽधिकतरस्तेषां मा व्यक्तसतचेतसाम् अव्यक्तधिगतिरदुःखं देहवद्भिरवाप्यते ये तु सर्वाणि कर्माणि मयि सन्निस्य मत्परः अनन्येनैव योगेन मां ध्यायन्त उपासते तेषामहं समुद्धर्ता मृत्युः संसारसागरात् भवामि न चिरात् पार्थ मय्यावेशितचेतसाः मय्येव मनः आधत्स्व मयि बुद्धिं निवेशय निवासिष्यमय्येव अनऊर्ध्वं संश्रय अथ चित्तं समाधातुं न शक्नोषि मयि स्थिरम् अभ्यासयोगेन ततो मां निच्छाप्तुं धनञ्जय अभ्यासेऽप्यसरातोऽसि मत्कर्मा परमो भव मदर्थमपि कर्माणि कुर्वन् सिद्धिमवाप्स्यसि अथैतदपि शक्तोऽसि कर्तुं मद्योगमाश्रिता सर्वकर्मफलत्यागं ततः कुरु यथात्मवान् श्रेयो हि कियान्नमभ्यसात् ध्यानात् विशिष्यते ध्यानात् कर्मफलत्यागः शान्तिरनन्तरम् Vishati na dveshti, na shojati na kashati. Subha subha parityaki, bhakti maya samepriya. Sama chattau cha mitre cha, tattha mana pramanayo. Chitoshna sukha dukeshu, samasanga vivartita. Tuilyaninda sutiramauni, santusto yenike chita. Eniketa satiratmatir, bhakti mane viyodara. Tutramyam mitamitam, yatok tam paryupasate. Shraddhana matparama, bhaktas neti mame priyaha. Om Tassatiti Srimad Bhagavad Gita Supanisasu Brahma Vidyaya Yoga Shastre Shri Krishna Arjuna Samvaye Bhakti Yogo Nam Dwadashodhyaya Harihi Om Tatsat Harihi Om Tatsat Harihi Om Tatsat. Shri Krishna Paramastu Supabhuya Vasudeva Sudam Devam
Very nice, very nice.
Kansajarnuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagat Gurum.
Very nice, very nice.
Thank you so much. It was
Jai
very
Shri
nice.
Krishna.
Ki
Jai.
Jai. Ram Pujya Gurudev Maharaj Ki Jai.
Jai.
Mata Geeta Mata Ki Jai.
Gandhiji, this is our Gita ashram. Built new nicely. And this is my father, my parents.
This is in Thailand?
Yeah, this is in Thailand. This is the Gita ashram, Thailand.
Oh, okay.
This scholarship, because the first building of Gita ashram was donated by my mother,
Oh,
my family. So now, so Maji has initiated a scholarship for students, for poor needy students from primary school to PhD. For university, it will be for those who study Sanskrit. And this scholarship, Maji named it, give a title, my mother's name, Making Iranan Scholarship. And we're going to have it. We have it every year, this distribution, and we will ask a scholar, chief guest, to come and distribute it for us. And this year is very special. We get the Deputy Supreme Patriarch of Buddhist Association of Thailand. So
okay.
this is very great. The blessing from Guru Gita and Gopa. This is Mrs. Agarwal. I don't know. You may recognize her.
Yeah.
And
I
this
met
is
Mr. and Mrs. Agarwal, yes.
Yeah, this is my father, my mother. This is me. At that time, I had my head shaved. And this is
Yeah.
my eldest brother. And
I know you are looking so young in this picture.
thank you. And these are the sister-in-law, and because um, I have more siblings, but these are the four who came on that day, and these two are the committee members. They are rectors, no rector, chief department, head department of Sanskrit
Mm,
of
okay,
university. So they were appointed by Maharaji to be the committee members.
okay.
And this is as I told you, even the monks university also, because they are studying Bali and Sanskrit. So these are the monks who got the scholarship from us also.
Mm-hmm.
This is
Okay.
Subhas Gokul. And these are schools,
Very nice.
different
Oh.
small children like this.
Mhm.
Nice
Oh.
to see, nice to
Yeah.
see. And school teacher
That's
also
good.
offer something. They felt grateful to our scholarship to helping their children. So she bought something to offer to Guruma. This my
Okay.
parents. The
How
setting
old
of
is this one? How many years back?
this one now, I think at least 5 years back, because must be before COVID. At the time of COVID
Oh.
crisis, we did not have the function for 3 years, but still
Yeah.
we send the scholarship, the fund to scholarship by
Mm-hmm.
those
Okay.
children. Yeah, still to help them, but we could not hold the function. So this year is going to be the first year um,
Okay. After
till
5 years.
the crisis.
After COVID.
Yeah,
Okay.
I look nice now with the head shaped.
Yeah. I know.
Like a nun, like a nun.
Mhm.
This is the His Holiness Deputy Supreme Patriarch of Thailand that we invited for this Sunday. He is going to
Okay.
come and grace the function and distribute the scholarship. And this picture I'm showing you, Jayantiji. This is the crown princess. This is now our king's sister. So when she went to visit him, we have another one. Is about um, dear Geeta. One can only sing. Very nice, very powerful. And this one is the one that um, my one of the members sent to her friend, and the patient became
Much
over
better.
go over the crisis that night. This is the blessing of Guru Gita and Gopal. So, and this version you just listen is they recited Gita with harps, and there's another version they reciting Gita with piano, also very lovely. And it came to my mind, why Maharaj always wanted. Maharaj dedicated his whole life not only to teach Gita, but to encourage people to recite Gita Path. And Maharaj told me, Gita Path is the only one thing that can bring the world to peace and unity. And at that time, I didn't understand much, but I followed Guruji's words. Now I came to understand more and more about psychology, about this NLP things. Now I realize how great the Gita Path can do to the world and can do to each one of our life, each one's life. So now I'm promoting. And then, have you ever heard of Madalasa's lullaby to her sons? Madalasa. She was a queen in some ancient time in India. And she was not an ordinary woman, but she was found with some history. And then when she became queen, every baby she would sing this Madalasa lullaby song. And the content is to teach the son about this unreal world. Don't attach with this unreal world and all this. And the son all grown up spiritually, spiritualized. So then the idea came to me that our Gita Path is even it's from
Onwards.
God Himself. So I'm hoping I'm trying to make it a lullaby. It's not just a Gita in satsang, in a recitation for satsang, but for every mother to sing to the children. All newborn will be, hearing this lullaby, Gita Path, and all the wisdom will, be injected or hypnotized into those children. And you can imagine how these children will grow, will grown up into what kind of great people.
Yes, saintly person.
So this is what I'm trying to do, and with Mahaji's blessing, Guru Gita's blessing, and we have nice version of Gita Path, and children can sing in the school, even in the playground. Okay, Peter J has come in. Thank you so much. So
Jai
Jai Shri Krishna.
I'm global.
Yeah.
Jai Shri
Actually,
Krishna.
Jai Shri-
Yeah, just now we were planning that while Mahaji is reciting Gita Path, we all are muted and we recite Gita Path together with Maharaji for Joshiji too. Is it okay?
वसुदेवसुतं देवं
Devam
कंसचाणूरमर्दनं
Sukhanudamadana
देवकी
Devaki
परमानन्दं कृष्णं
Paramanandam
वन्दे
Krishnam Vande
जगद्गुरुम्
Jagadgurum.
अथ द्वादशोऽध्यायः एवं सततयुक्ता ये भक्तास्त्वां पर्युपासते ये चाप्यक्षरमव्यक्तं तेषां के योगवित्तमाः मय्यावेश्य मनो ये मां नित्ययुक्ता उपासते श्रद्धया परयोपेतास्ते मे युक्ततमा मताः ये त्वक्षरमनिर्देश्यमव्यक्तं पर्युपासते सर्वत्र गमचिन्त्यं च कूटस्थमचलं ध्रुवम् सन्नियम्येन्द्रियग्रामम् सर्वत्र समबुद्धय ते प्राप्नुवन्ति मामेव सर्वभूतहिते रताः क्लेशोऽधिकतरस्तेषामव्यक्तासक्तचेतसाम् अव्यक्ता हि गतिर्दुःखं देहवद्भिर्वाप्यते ये तु सर्वाणि कर्माणि मयि सन्न्यस्य मत्परा अनन्येनैव योगेन मां ध्यायन्त उपासते तेषामहं समुद्धरता मृत्युसंसारसागरात् भवामि न चिरात् पार्थ मय्यावेशितचेतसाम् मय्येव मन आधत्स्व मयि बुद्धिं निवेशय निवसिष्यसि मय्येव अत ऊर्ध्वं न संशयः अथ चित्तं समाधातुं न शक्नोषि मयि स्थिरम् अभ्यासयोगेन ततो मामिच्छाप्तुं धनञ्जय अभ्यासेऽप्यसमर्थोऽसि मत्कर्म परमो भव मदर्थमपि कर्माणि कुर्वन् सिद्धिमवाप्स्यसि अथैतदप्यशक्तोऽसि कर्तुं मद्योगमाश्रितः सर्वकर्मफलत्यागं ततः कुरु यतात्मवान् श्रेयो हि ज्ञानमभ्यासात् ज्ञानात् ध्यानं विशिष्यते ध्यानात् कर्मफलत्यागस् परित्यागात् शान्तिरनन्तरम् अद्वेष्टा सर्वभूतानां मैत्रः करुण एव च निर्ममो निरहङ्कारः समदुःखसुखक्षमी सन्तुष्टः सततं योगी यतात्मा दृढनिश्चयः मय्यर्पितमनो बुद्धिर्यो मद्भक्तः स मे प्रियः यस्मान्नो द्विजते लोको लोकान्नो द्विजते च यः हर्षामर्षभयोद्वेगैर्मुक्तो यः स च मे प्रियः अनपेक्षः शुचिर्दक्ष उदासीनो गतव्यथः सर्वारम्भपरित्यागी यो मद्भक्तः स मे प्रियः यो न हृष्यति न द्वेष्टि न शोचति न काङ्क्षति शुभाशुभपरित्यागी भक्तिमान् यः स मे प्रियः समः शत्रौ च मित्रे च तथा मानापमानयोः शीतोष्णसुखदुःखेषु समः सङ्गविवर्जितः तुल्यनिन्दास्तुतिर्मौनी सन्तुष्टो येन केनचित् अनिकेता स्थिरमतिर्भक्तिमान् मे प्रियो नरः ये तु धर्म्यामृतमिदं यथोक्तं पर्युपासते श्रद्दधाना मत्परमा भक्तास्तेतीव मे प्रियाः वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्।
उपस्थित भगवत भक्तों के रूप में मेरी अपनी ही आत्माओं, श्रीमद् भगवद गीता भगवान के मुखार बिंद से निकली हुई अमर वाणी है और जो भी जीव श्रद्धा सहित इस अमर वाणी को धारण करता है वो जीवत्व को छोड़कर ईश्वरत्व की प्राप्ति करता है, इसमें कोई संशय नहीं है। ये जीवात्मा चाहे जिस देश में रहे और चाहे जिस भेष में रहे, गीता सबका सब काल में समान रूप से कल्याण करने वाला एक अनुपम एवं अलौकिक ग्रंथ है। इस उपदेश को सृष्टि के आरंभ से ही सुनाया गया था। सबसे पहले इस उपदेश को सुनने वाले सूर्य नारायण थे, फिर मनु महाराज हुए, फिर इक्ष्वाकु महाराज हुए। इस प्रकार परंपरा से चलता हुआ ये गीता ज्ञान द्वापर युग में कई लाख वर्षों के बाद फिर से भगवान कृष्ण ने अर्जुन को सुनाया था।
Peterji, would you like to unmute yourself and say something before the healing start?
Okay. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः ध्यानमूलं गुरुर्मूर्ति पूजामूलं गुरुर्पदम् मन्त्रमूलं गुरुर्वाक्यम् मोक्षमूलं गुरुर्कृपा Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Gurudev, and a very warm welcome to all of you. Thank you for being here with us today. We have an announcement to make. Our dearest Guru Bhai Joshiji is not feeling too well. He's in the hospital since this morning, and apparently he has had a heart attack. So we will be dedicating the upcoming healing session for his speedy recovery, and we pray that he comes out of it good, hale and hearty, and we know with Gurudev's blessings he will be okay. He has come out of many other things in the past. This healing session, especially for you, Joshiji, when you eventually get to hear it, we are praying for you. We are praying very hard. Having said that, please go ahead and start the session. Jai Shri Krishna.
सर्वलोके कनाथम् वसुदेव वसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनम् देवकी परमानन्दम् कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम् वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनम् देवकी परमानन्दम् कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम् You can now gently and slowly open your eyes and know that you are a unique and beautiful spiritual being of pure consciousness, and all you have to do is to shine brightly wherever you go, to whom wherever you meet, and you'll be helping your beloved ones, helping the world and the universe. Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Gurudev. Stay blessed.
Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kansachanuramardhanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagat Guru. We just had a special session, healing session, in prayer for Joshiji's quick recovery. And I'm sure he will come out of it and he will be okay within a day or two. Joshiji, we are praying for you. Get well soon and recover very fast. Having said that, I would like to invite our respected Dr. Prasadji to please share his pearls of wisdom with us. Dr. Prasadji, over to you. Jai Shri Krishna.
Thank you very much, Peterji. It is sad indeed that we are missing him. I'm sure by the grace of Guru and Bhagwan, he'll be all right. We'll see him very soon. So I will start my prayer. Vansi Vibhusitakara Navnirdabhat Pitambara Darunabimbapaladharosta Purnendu Sundara Mukha Arvindanetrat Krishnat Param Kimapi Tattvamaham Najane Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam yena tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Divine souls, Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Gurudev to all of you. We were trying to understand the deep secret which is behind this complex word of chapter 4, verse 13. And that complex word, Vidya Kartaramabhyayam, has three components. Vidhi, Akartaram, and Avyayam. We threw some light on what is meant when Bhagwan says, Vidhi, know, Arjuna, know. He's trying to say something very, very deep. He's pointing to Arjuna that you know I am Akartaram and Avyayam. Even though I have created, and he refers to Chatur Varnyam Maya Srishtam. Although I have created, but Arjuna know me as Akartaram and Avyayam. I am not the doer and I am changeless. There is no change in me. Last week, we realized, we went through this question of creation when Bhagwan creates. He has created the world. He has created everything in the universe. But in that creation, there is a sense of non-doing, akartaram. He creates, yet he does not create. And this is the secret which we will try to understand. Although, let me say, and everybody knows this, that to know this unknowable, aprameyam, nobody has been able to understand him because he is not a subject. He is not a thing. He is not something outside which you are looking for. In fact, you are him. We'll go gradually understand what I'm trying to say here. That he's trying to say that the thing behind this creation, even though he is the potter, he is the nimitta matram, he is nimitta karanam, and he is also the material cause, upadan karan. He is the potter, as well as he brings forth this clay, and in normal circumstances, the potter will use his energy, and his energy will be used up. He will be feeling hungry. At the end of the day, he will like to eat to regain energy. And whatever clay he had put in there for creating pot, after creating pots, his clay will no more be having that amount with him. So there is vyayam. In his case, in case of the potter, normally there will be vyaya. Vyaya means is used up. His energy will be used up and his material will also be used up. But the unique thing is that is divine divya karma. In normal karma, this happens. But Bhagavan, he says that janma karma cha me divyam. My karma is divine. In my karma, neither there is a loss of any energy as functioning as a potter, nor there is any diminution in the amount of clay which I produce. I can keep on producing clay. This we will understand gradually as we go along. And this is a very, very deep subject. Let me tell you here, you all know that this is so. But in Shastra, in Bhagavad Gita, in Upanishads, sages and saints have been trying to understand this. What Lord is saying. He is, what is he when he is creating what he is? And who is he? That is the question. And we will, in the session today and maybe next week, we will try to explore this area before taking up the other verses. Let me see what Bhagavad Gita says. In Gita, in chapter 13, in 2 verses, 30 and 32, Bhagavan explains the reason why he is not karta. He gives a hint here that look, anaditva, nirugunatva, paramatmiyaya mabhyayam, mabhyayaha, sarirasthopi kaunteya, nakaroti, nalipyate. Anaditva, I am beginningless. Now, if somebody is beginningless, then you cannot imagine how it has come through. So it is the hidden fact in beginningless means that there is something inherent in it. It is within it, intrinsic. There is something inherent and something intrinsic. That what is beginningless. It is by itself it has there. I will explain that gradually. So we'll take it, Bhagavan gives a hint that I am changeless and there is no qualities. Nirgunatvat. There is no guna. Guna is prakriti. Guna has three gunatmak. Satogun, Rajogun, Tamogun. It contains guna. And guna has again its inherent property to cause you get used up, lost, and all those things which happens in prakriti will be there in guna, and in its functioning, there will be vyaya. So he is avyaya. Avyaya, he says, Paramatma avyaya. I am avyaya because of two factors. One factor is there is a changeless something happening by itself, and that there is no guna. It is devoid of guna as such. All those factors which are associated with guna is not in me. And one of the factors is that it is not the doer. Because it has no guna in that, it cannot perform action, because actions are all related to our guna. It is the guna which brings it that potency into the individual to perform action. And the difference between individuals performing different actions is because of the various combination of guna in him. So the guna factor is devoid. He is nirgunatmak. There is no guna in him. So these two reasons Bhagavan explains here beautifully. And so says Arjuna, the Supreme Self is changeless. It neither acts nor gets stained or tainted. It doesn't get tainted because it is pure and it has no property of guna, so it cannot be wet and cannot be tainted. Even though dwelling in the body, this is the inherent property. I'm just giving you an example. For example, sun is one in the sky. Sun has inherent property. Let me see, there is a slide there, I think. Okay, yes, this slide. In this verse, Bhagavan explains this question, which the point which I'm trying to bring up is that when we talk of sun, Ravi, yatha prakasyatiyekah kritsram lokamimam ravihi kshetram kshetri tatha kritsram prakasayati bharata. O Arjun, just as single sun illumines this entire world, so also the Lord of field, that is Atma within, illumines the entire field, that is the body. You understand property of Ravi or Surya, sun. Now, if you take the sun and the clay, the sun is the potter. It has the inherent intrinsic power. Antarnihit आंतरिक शक्ति. ये अंतर्निहित आंतरिक शक्ति sun में है. Now, if you don't have the prakashika, there is another, these powers. What are those powers? The power to illuminate and the power to provide heat. These two powers are inherent in sun. If there is no illuminating power or no dayaka power, this is not sun. But so the sun is there, which by itself has these powers which go on. Anything and everything, wherever there is a light, wherever there is heat, it is understood that it is because of the power of sun. जब सूर्य ग्रहण हो जाता है, अंधकार हो जाता है, और dark. When सूर्य ग्रहण होता है, heat, ठंडा, heat absence हो जाता है. So the power that is inherent power within. I'm trying to make a distinction between the inherent power and the power which is borrowed. We all know about the story about this iron ball and the fire. A long story, but I will just cut short to say that if you, in the fire, if you put the iron ball in it, say iron ball is round and it is dark. The color is dark, shape is round. But when we have the fire, there is no shape of fire, and the fire has the inherent property of producing heat. It doesn't get extinguished. It remains fire. As long as there is a fire, there will be these two powers of, it will give illumination, it will give heat. So in case of iron ball, what will happen? The iron ball which gets heated, it turns red. It takes the property of fire. The fire has the color of redness. Sun looks red. So that redness of fire is transferred onto the iron ball, and the iron ball is hot. So when it was cold before, but the heat from the fire has been borrowed onto the ball, and the color has also been borrowed. But as you take the iron ball away from fire, what happens? After a while, neither there is that redness, it goes again, turns black into original color, its color, and also the heat is absent, the heat is just lost. So there is one, that is the intrinsic, that is extrinsic power come in there. It is not its own power, it's borrowed power from the heat. That doesn't remain long. So that remains. So that is the problem, the question of what is called the inherent property. That is, to start with, it is fire. As long as there is fire, there will be heat, there will be, the color will be reddish. So the inherent power is the power of the Brahma. The inherent power, आंतरिक शक्ति, अंतर्निहित शक्ति जो है, वो ब्रह्म की होती है, वो everlasting होती है. It is changeless, it goes on, it remains. Now, if you have hundreds of pots, if you put hundreds of pots outside, you will find that in every pot inside there is light. It is not dark. It is lighted. And also if you put thermometer there, there will be heat. So when you have the pots, hundreds of pots there, in each, sun is only one. But the power of Brahma, that is the heat power of illumination and power of heat, is because of the presence of one Brahma which has inherent property. All those pots which are exposed to sun will have the light inside, will have the heat also inside. And if you put water in that, you can see the presence of sun in the pot as well. And those represent in the pot, which is the body, those are the power of Brahma, which is the Atman, which is in the body. That is reflected consciousness. In the supreme consciousness and in the body, we have the reflected consciousness of Brahma, and that gives us the power, the light and the heat in our body goes on. So this is the understanding which gives us way to think that the presence of this guna is the one. Again, we were talking about this potter. So the sun is the potter. It doesn't get, its energy is not lost. It is there all the time. And as long as the power is there, these things will also be present. So it is also not lost. That what is they call avyayam. That will be also present because of the beginningless, because of no quality. There is this avyayam factor is there. Now, so how it happens? How creation takes place and things go on? Bhagavan says again in this verse, Prakritiye cha karmani kriyamanani sarvasaha yah pasyati tathatman akartaram sapasyati. If you want to see why it is, what is being, who takes care of things and how the pot is created, then you should see, you see that there is this Prakriti there. This power, his power is the Prakriti. And so it is the Prakriti which performs all the actions. Prakriti evacha karmani kriyamanani. Sarvasa, entire, every action that is being happening in the world is all because of the power of Prakriti. The power of sun is gives the illumination and the heat. So the Prakriti is the responsible. Prakriti is the one, the nature is the one which performs all action. And Bhagavan is the non-doer. He is there, sun is there, but not sun is not performing action. Sun is not giving, it is illuminating by itself. I hope this part, once we understand, then we understand how things are happening in the world, in the universe, to understand the creation, the one who has created the whole thing, and we understand the essence behind it, how these things happen, how to understand that which is not understandable, that think about that which is beyond thinking. And Upanishads give us again, elaborates. I have quoted some verses from Bhagavad Gita, and let me present to you few verses from Upanishads. Now, Mundak Upanishad gives a beautiful, see, the whole thing is, we have no way to understand directly Bhagavan. So there are ways and means of giving one example, two examples, various examples are provided for one to start thinking in that direction. You see, in Upanishads it is mentioned that if you want to see a star in the horizon, in the sky, a star, if somebody tells you, look at the star, you may not be able to reach it, may not be able to understand how to follow it. But before the star, if there is a tree and there is one flower or one part of the tree which is showing towards that, somebody will tell you, the teacher will or guru will tell you, look at that tree, look at that flower there, look at the tip of the flower, and see, then from there you can see that star. So the ideas are conveyed, examples are given to have some idea as to what that changeless is there. What is that creator? How is that Brahma? How do we understand the significance of that Brahma which is creating everything, yet it is not a karta, it is not a doer. So let us see what Mundak Upanishad says. Yathorna nabhihi srijite grihate cha. Yatha, Urna is the spider. Nabhi is his navel. From, as you know, the spider creates its net and through thread. Now that thread is created by the spider itself. It doesn't come from outside. It is, if you know the anatomy on how it is produced, there is a gland there from where the spider has the ability to create that thread out. And that thread is sticky. So once it treks out and goes from one place to another, it sticks from one place to another. Then it jumps from one another, so that it creates a net for its own purpose, so that insect is caught and it can have food for the spider. So here in the Upanishad is said, Yathorna nabhi srajate grihante cha, as the spider sends forth and draws in its thread, yatha prithivyam ausadah sambhavanti, as the plants grow on the earth, yatha satah purushat kesalomani, as hairs grow on the head and the body of living man, tatha aksharat sambhavati viswam. So everything in the universe arises from imperishable. Look at this. The examples are given are so everybody can understand that. Everybody has seen a spider putting on thread and going from one place to another. But the spider produces its own thread and draws it. So there is you can say, a potter and the clay. The potter creates clay and it creates a pot. Similarly here, the spider creates that thread and it creates that net. But when you talk of the plant which grows on the earth, you can see how there is a combination of Prakriti and Purusa. Here also there is a combination of Prakriti and Purusa. The Purusa part has to be there. Unless and until energy is provided, no way a plant can grow. There is a need for seed to be there, that's fine. There has to be need for the earth to be there, also fine. But there is something in the seed, something in the earth, which is the power of a Brahma, which allows the plant to produce another plant, the seed to produce another plant. So the imperishable Brahma, the role of imperishable Brahma is essential to provide that energy which allows the seed to produce. Otherwise, seed will remain without production. There has to be some power in the seed to be provided so that it creates that plant. So Bhagwan says, as plants grow on earth, and hair grows on the head and the body, all the hairs are growing also. In so far hair growing is concerned, of course there are cells to produce the hair there, but that also in the root has to have nutrition, has to have the oxygen, has to have the energy to be able to produce that hair. And that is what the power of Brahma is there. That is what the reflected consciousness within us provides, that energy, that which allows the hair to grow or any part of the body to function. So it is said here, in every performance, all the examples are there. In every action of all these, there is a role of this imperishable, which is allowing all these functions to take place. Now, there is a Chandogya Upanishad gives us a beautiful picture of what is Tat Tvam Asi. It gives one of the 4 Mahavakya. You know, there are 4 Mahavakya. One of them is Tat Tvam Asi. And this Tat Tvam Asi is the origin of this, or how this came up, is in the form of dialogue between says Udhalak Aruni and his son Swet Ketu. Swet Ketu was his son. At the age of 12, I think I will stop here. Half an hour is gone. I think I better stop here because this is a long sort of story which I would like to describe in one session, and we will take you through the story which leads to Tat Tvam Asi, how sage Swet Dhalak Aruni in his dialogue with his son Swetaketu discusses or let his son get convinced that you are Brahma. Tat Tvam Asi. You are Brahma. That is the message, that is the teaching which he wants to, Dhalak Muni wants to give to his son. Just a little bit of story in that. Swetaketu was 12 years old boy. And at that time, tradition was that the children, you were sent to Gurukul under tutelage of another sage who will teach him. And for 12 years, he underwent that teaching, everything he learned there. He comes back, and when he comes back, his father asks him certain question, and from there stories goes on. So I will take up this next week when I hope we'll also see Yoshi ji back. Thank you very much. Jai Sri Krishna. Jai Gurudev.
Dr. Prasad ji, thank you so much. You are simply amazing. We learn so much from you in a very simple way, and it is our good fortune to be your students. Really appreciate it. Yeah. And that topic that you're talking about, Tat Tvam Asi, definitely is a long one and would be thoroughly enjoyable when we have more people next week as well. Excuse me. Having said that, I have a suggestion. Maybe all recite Vasudeva Sutam Devam 5 times for Joshiji's recovery. All together. I mean, we can remain muted. Maybe one of us can first recite and then the others can be muted. I'll recite for his speedy recovery. Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kansa Chanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagat Guru. Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kansa Chanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagat Guru. Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kansa Chanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagat Guru. Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kansa Chanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagat Guru. Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kansa Chanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagat Guru. Well, we can all unmute, and if anybody has any news, I'll also be trying to find out. Please do keep us informed about his progress. Yeah, you can all unmute now. Mr. Geeta Kiran, I think you have him on WhatsApp. I don't know if you'll be able to see his messages, but I'm sure, somebody, as soon as we know anything, let us inform each other.
Only got a message from his son, I think, using his WhatsApp saying that Yoshiji cannot attend this morning. But I think if you have time, I will call Dr. Sharma and see whether we get any news because they are close friends.
Dr. Bansidhar Sharma?
Yeah. They are very
Okay.
close friends.
Yes, yes.
Oh.
So please, if you have any news, let us know. And in the meantime, all we can do is pray.
I'm calling now.
So,
Okay.
so what is the
excellent.
issue? He's sick for what, COVID or something else?
No, he has had a heart attack this morning. And Sister Geeta Kiranji is calling Sharma ji, and hopefully we have some news from him. Dr. Bansi Sharma. Can you put it on
His
speaker?
condition is stable.
Yeah.
Hope his
We'll
condition
find
is
out.
stable.
Let's hope so.
Dr. Sharmaji is not answering the phone. I think he's caught up with some work.
Okay.
He is with Joshiji. But when I get any information, more information, I will send it to you, Peterji.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Kiranji, how about Atulji? Atulji may be able to, you can talk to him maybe.
Atulji, he's the one who called me earlier and he told us about that. So going forward, we can try to find out his progress, He should be okay. He should be okay in a day or so. Well, having said that, I know. Having said that, I guess we can conclude our session today, and we're really truly looking forward to your discussion on Tattvamasi next week. I'm personally looking forward to it. Dr. Prasadji, thank you so much. And everybody else, thank you so much.
Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you. Jai Shri Krishna. Jai Shri Krishna.
Let me remind one more time. Next week, our meeting will be 1 hour later than our usual time for Asia country.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna.
Yes.
Jai Gurudev.